Hi everyone, this is Mr. Tapley, just making a little video to help you guys out with some instructions, some information, answer a few questions about what Term 2 at Glen Waverley will look like for humanities, history and geography in Mr. Tapley's classroom. So what I'll be doing in this video, the majority of what I'll be doing is going through this newsfeed post, which I've just uploaded today, and in that post I'll go over where to find lesson plans, resources, assessments, a bit of information for you guys that'll hopefully answer a few questions you might have had over the holidays. And yeah, I'm using my 10C geography class as an example, but everyone else's class, 7, 9, 10, will look the same. So hopefully I can answer a few questions for you. So, Term 2 e-learning classroom. Welcome back to school. Hope you had an enjoyable holidays. This post should provide some extra information. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at any time. I'll obviously be close to my laptop every day during school hours. And if you have questions, feel free to email me and I should be able to get back to you ASAP. Now, for the lesson plan, the learning intentions, success criteria, and resources required for your lesson will be uploaded to Compass Lesson Plan every day. This information will also be included on the class slides. If you have technical difficulties accessing these resources, please let me know ASAP. So this is just an example. So 10C, I've got their lesson plan here for tomorrow. Oops, I've got the wrong date, but for the 15th of the 4th. You can see I've got the learning intention, success criteria, and then the lesson activities. So it's not anything new, really. We've done that in the past. We did it at the start of the term and at the end of the term when we were missing a lot of students. Now we're missing all the students. So that should be there for you guys. And if, for example, I look at my class PowerPoint for 10 Geography, you can see I've got it in the slide there. So lesson 1 at the bottom, environmental geography, intro, learning intention, success criteria. So that's that. Resources. So in term 1, all the resources were uploaded to Compass Resources. So again, I'll just use 10C as an example. You can see in term 1, this should look similar to what we had in year 7 and year 9. Here's study 1. I've gone through and numbered everything nicely. I've got PowerPoints, links, textbooks, etc., etc., etc. Term 1, everything was in Compass Resources, but I've made a few changes. Oh God. I'm not good with technology, that hasn't changed. In term 2, we will be using Google Classroom, which is something that a lot of your other classes might be doing as well. I understand that this change might be a bit irritating, might be frustrating, confusing. However, I felt it was in the best interests of all the students. In Compass, students had to download all the files individually, which was time and space consuming, especially if you've got crap internet like me, or a crappy laptop. There were often issues with students who had Apple devices. So many times I'd be like, here's the PowerPoint, and someone would download it and it would just be all jumbled up or it wouldn't work. So I think this would just be the best option for people in the future. Google Classroom's got a lot of cool features, which I should be able to explain in this video, hopefully. And it's very probable that other classes will be using it. But if you have questions about it, please feel free to let me know. Assessments. So the instructions, rubrics, support resources, grades for all your assessments will still be available in Compass Learning Tasks. Same process as term 1. So if you, mum and dad, want to go look at your assessments, they just need to go to Compass Learning Tasks. Boop. However, in keeping with the e-learning theme, I'll also be uploading the assessments to Google Classrooms, and I'll go over what that looks like in a moment. So that should help all students, regardless of what sort of device they have, what sort of internet they have access to everything they need to complete all their term 2 assignments. Google Classrooms, here we go. So the following link will explain how to use Google Classrooms as a student. I'll go over what it looks like for me, but the teacher version is obviously a bit different, so it's going to look a bit different. So it wouldn't be helpful if I just kind of went through mine. I will, but this link here is just a little YouTube video explaining how to use Google Classrooms as a student. I'll be sending an invite code to all the students to join the Google Classroom page. So if I go again up here, so this is 10C. But you can see I've got all these over here, 10C, A, blah, 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 blah. And I've sent an invite code via email to all the classes, all the students in the classes for their specific page. So 10C students shouldn't be able to get onto 10A. But for anyone who has not received the invite, the class code will be put into this post here. I've just left it blank for now so that I don't get 600 students signing up to one class. But everyone else should have an actual class code there for you to access if you can't get the email. And to access the classroom, all you need to do is just quite literally type in search Google Classrooms, enter your email, make sure you're using your Glen Waverley address, and then you join the classroom using that code. It takes 2 seconds. bit more information about Google Classrooms though. Go away. So again, mine looks a bit different because I got the teacher copy, but you guys will have something similar. You'll have your stream, which is kind of like your Compass news feed, where you'll see announcements, where you'll see posts. So the very first thing I put in, second thing I put in was the class slides. So the following link directs you to our class slides, and then there'll be a little PowerPoint for you guys to access there. The other thing is the classwork thing, classwork tab. So you've got resources. I'm going to upload a couple of videos, a couple of websites, a couple of worksheets there. For now, it's just the class sides. Assignments, you've got your student notebook, learning task, and then people, once I've uploaded that, that will have the students in it, obviously. I'm going with Google Slides as opposed to Microsoft PowerPoint because I'm using one, Google Classroom, and two, easy to access for everyone. I don't have to update it every time. Good thing about Google Classrooms as well is that when you click on this and when you click on the Google Classroom PowerPoint or slides, whatever, it'll give you your own individual copy of it. So an issue that I've had in the past with Google Docs and slides and whatever is I'll upload something and everyone can access it, everyone can edit it, and it kind of messes it up individually. But everyone will have their own individual personal copy that they can download, play around with. And yeah, whenever I update the slides, your version of it will be updated as well. So that's just what it will look like. You can see here, I've got the lesson plan, I've got activities. And then here's probably what I want to highlight. In your digital notebook, complete the following textbook questions. Obviously, it's going to be difficult for Mr. Tapley to check up on how you're all working throughout the term. So what I've done is, with every class work, I've uploaded a little Google Doc for you guys to write some notes in. So this file is your digital notebook. You'll be recording your notes and lesson activities within this Google Docs file. Again, this is just your personal file. You'll have your own individual Google notebook to write your notes in. If I don't see you writing in it, because I can see you writing in it, I can see what you've written, I can see when you've written it, who has written it. If I don't see you writing in it, I'm assuming that you're not participating in the lessons. So please use this notebook to complete just general notes, to complete lesson activities and textbook questions. So this is what your template will look like. All you're going to have to do is obviously type in your name and ID, and then you can see I've left some space for these lessons. So make sure you just check the date. Okay, it's the 15th tomorrow. I'm going to write 15th of the 4th, and I'm going to start writing my little textbook questions here. Cool. Where am I up to now? Final notes, cool. Obviously, this is going to be a bit of a challenge for everyone, for staff, students, families. Any feedback or questions or concerns you have, please let me know, and I'll do whatever I can to help you guys out this term. Especially feedback, obviously, because this is my first time doing this stuff. This is your first time doing this stuff. So any recommendations, advice you have to offer will probably help everyone out in the long term. So it might be a bit bumpy at first, but hopefully we can get through this. Anyway, if you're reading through all of this and you're still confused as to what the hell's happening in term 2, step-by-step plan for each lesson is basically every day you wake up, all right, 8 a.m., what's my first class, or 8:30, log into Compass, check the lesson plan. So I'd log in, check my lesson plan, okay, cool. Then I go into Google Classrooms to view the class sides, learning activities, assessments, etc. So I'd go on, check my learning activities, cool. All right, that's what I'm doing. So I'll open up page 49 of my textbook, and I'll chuck that into my student notebook. Number 3, watch the lesson lecture and read through the class slides, textbook chapter, and resources. End of last term, I made like 1 or 2 videos explaining how to do a couple of the cats and how to basically I made a little video lecture like something you'd see in university. You know, you go to uni, the lecturer records something, puts it up on the interwebs, and then you can do that stuff at home. So this would be good practice for uni. Basically, each lesson, in lieu of having a class where I actually teach you, I will go through the slides myself in a sort of like a lecture, going through the different activities, explaining a few key points. So I recommend that you watch that little lecture instead of just reading through the slides yourself. It means you get a bit of guidance. If you have any questions, I might answer them in that lecture. So go ahead and watch that. I'm going to upload those videos either to YouTube or to Google Classrooms as like an MP4. I'll have a play around with it. But yeah, for each lesson, there will be video instructions explaining what you can do with it, which I think will be useful because you can pause and take notes. You can rewind the video when you're confused. And yeah, if you have any feedback, guys, please let me know. The only other thing I wanted to mention is that this video was made before I uploaded the video. So at the end of the newsfeed post, I've got that little file there, and I will also have the link to this YouTube video. Just that file there, that was just something fun I did over the holidays. And it's here. So a group of my mates started a little top 10 trade, a top 10 Tommy Tapley teacher trade. And we were offering up like our favorite films and TV and albums just to kind of like share resources, but like, oh, I'm so bored, oh, I hate this stuff. So I thought I'd share that, guys, with you. Share that with you guys just to give you something to entertain yourself, because it's important that you don't get the PowerPoint tomorrow and just buzz through the entire goddamn thing. You know, you need to relax, you need to balance studies with, you know, just life and enjoying yourself. So I've offered a couple of things just to keep you entertained. You don't have to use it, but I've given you a couple of recommendations on Netflix, ClickView. There's a couple of videos you can watch, Mr. Tapley's top 10 albums, and a couple of YouTube channels that you can watch. Mr. Tapley Needs a Sports Fix, NFL are doing highlights, Summer Girls are entertaining, Mr. Tapley likes his food, obviously, binging with the dish. Anyway, so that's something that's also included in your little support package from Mr. Tapley. And yeah, if you have any questions, guys, please let me know. You can email me. Probably what I'll do before each video lecture is go through like a frequently asked question thing. So I'll say, all right, you know, before I start, a couple of kids had questions about these things in the last lesson. So any questions you have, I'll either send to everyone or I'll just answer it individually. And yeah, thanks, guys. Hope you're well, and I'll hear from you soon, hopefully.